Hey everyone, my name is Brisa,
And I'm Kathy,
and you're listening to a No Clothes podcast.
a space where we'll be having normal conversations that will have no clue what we'll talk about, hablando de nuestras vidas cotidianas y de nuestras experiencias espirituales.
Two
Two
individuals
individuals
finding
finding
our
our
space
space
into this
into this
universe.
universe.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you doing?
long time no see.
I know.
Kind of, kind of, kind of,
Yeah.
kind of, kind of, kind of. I am good. I'm enjoying this
It's good when you say long
monsoon
time no
season.
see, it's like we like kind of talk almost every day.
I know. I know, I know. How are you doing? Enjoying the rain? I hope.
Oh, listen, the second time that we went out today, when I had went out with Pancho and it started to rain again. And I told Pancho, I'm like, literally, I don't know what it's wrong now. I guess it's just when me and you go out. And he's like, yeah, it could be. And then it started raining a little bit harder and I was gonna wait in the car and he's like, let's just go, it's just rain. And I'm like, okay, but I'm like, my shirt was just starting to get dry from the first pour of rain that we had, that we
Yeah.
walked into the first store.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, oh, he's like, it'll get dry. I'm like, okay. So we got out of the car and we just walked into the store again. I'm like,
Mhm.
unbelievable. Y salimos de la tienda y ya había dejado de llover.
Oh, sí.
Sí.
Y aquí también, aquí está como nublado y después por donde yo trabajo está haciendo mucho viento
Mhm.
y ya se calmó. And the sun is out right now, like nothing. Living your
Mhm.
best life, glowing as she did normally does.
Well, it got dark already. I mean, it's already 9:17 here, so it's already dark.
Oh no. Sí, apenas van a ser, o apenas, yeah, it's 6:20, about to be 6:20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good Thursday. Good Thursday.
Yes, good Thursday. Good Thursday. That's
I
good.
was about to say Friday, and I was like, nope, not there yet.
I mean, technically, para mí
We're
sí.
we're almost there. Ah, no, sí, sí, para ustedes sí, porque pues
Para mí
ya es como un
sí.
viernes, sí. Yeah.
Yeah.
My, I could still have a Friday tomorrow, but it's Thursday for me. Mm.
Yes. Oh man. So, how was your Vegas trip?
Your Vegas trip. Vegas trip
¿Sabes?
was okay. What happened?
¿Sabes? You were here and we didn't take a picture.
I know. I remembered when I was in the plane already. Lola, come here.
You should have told them to stop the plane.
Come here. Yeah, okay.
Be like, hold on, I'm missing something important. And it's me. Hello, doggy.
Well, because I didn't let Miss Thing get up with me in the recliner. She wanted it to go out. She was already like banging on the door, but like
Uh,
nobody's paying attention. So she wanted to
oh,
come back and she want. I'm telling you, man. Hacen
the
sus
needy.
berrinches también.
I know, and they talk back. They talk back.
They do.
Sin vergüenzas.
Y a ellas sí no se les dice nada. A ellas sí no se les regaña. A ellas sí no se les dice, don't talk back at me.
Uh, I mean, it's true. It's true. No, but how was your trip? How did you like it? I mean, this was the second time of you coming.
Yeah. Yeah, which this time was different because I mean grandma was there. Grandma came
Yes,
as
my
well.
grandma. Thank you for ringing my grandma.
You're welcome. But next time I'll send her on her own.
Yeah. I need some one-on-one with her.
Oh, pues the next time come and pick her up then.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. We did some interesting stuff when you were here.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Mm.
I really liked that she was there. It was different. It was a lot of, it was way different from the first time out we went,
Yeah.
or that I went. Um, I mean, things play out how they play out at the
They
end of the
do.
day.
They do play out weird. So we went to Cali
Hmm.
for a day. Grandma got reunited with her sister after
Hmm.
how many years? Que no se vieron?
I don't remember how long they haven't seen each other
They had
after.
mentioned it when we had arrived, pero en serio
I,
que no me recuerdo tan bien.
no, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention if that happened. Um, I don't remember. I don't know when was the last time. I think the last time was either from one of the girls' 15 años that they did and they went over there. It was either then or when Tia Lucy came here. And I remember that Maria was still really small. She was really young. She was still young still. Um, but I don't remember which of both was it.
I'm telling you, they said the year, like the number of years, pero en serio que no me recuerdo.
No.
No me recuerdo. Um, I don't remember.
So I
But that
guess it
was
was a
nice.
long time.
It was a long time for them.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was good that they got to spend time
See each
together.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on we came back that same day, that same night. That was fun. You were an excellent co-pilot.
Thank you. Are you
Excellent.
talking though on our way going to Cali on our way back?
Both.
Oh.
Uh, both, both, both. On the way there, you watched the Netflix. What is it called? Gina and George, or Gina and what
Uh-huh.
is
Jenny
it
in
called?
Georgia. Hmm.
Oh, Danny and Georgia. Casi, casi, eh? Very similar. Very. Um, it sucked because you didn't keep me in the loop, but it's okay, whatever. I was having my concerts anyways. Um, and then on the way back, my co-pilot fell asleep. But every time I would like move a little bit, she would wake up and she'd be like, "Are you okay?" I'd be like, "Me asustaba." Like, I thought you were sleeping. And I would occasionally look over to your side and I'll be like, you know, but you had your eyes closed. So when you would do that, me asustaba. I was like, oh my God, no que estabas durmiendo. Um, and then,
I think when we got closer to Nevada, I think that's when I kind of fall into deep sleep. I think I did because for a certain time frame, like I
Mhm.
don't remember nothing. I don't remember the ride. I don't remember absolutely anything. And
We
I
were
and I
talking for a bit and then you went silent on me. And I was like, hello?
and I think that's when Grandma fell asleep, when your mom fell asleep, and
Yeah,
I was
literally
another one.
everyone fell asleep. And I was like, como que ya me están acostumbrando a esto. Because George, my George is the exact same way. Whenever we do trips to Cali, he ends up
Hmm.
falling asleep. And I'm like, bro, what a luxury. I can't fall asleep on long car rides. I really can't. Like I can't.
But you don't get sleepy when when you have other people sleeping.
I get sleepy, but I try to fight it. I really do try to
Uh,
fight it. Like I really can't fall asleep. Hasta en el avión. Aunque esta vez que estuvimos en un avión, sí me quedé dormida because I was exhausted.
Tired. Hmm.
Yeah. And so I did fall asleep, but I would occasionally wake up and like look around and then
Hmm.
I'd be like, all right, we're still not here. So then I'll fall asleep again.
Oh, I see, I see.
Um, yeah, but I can't do car rides. I can't fall asleep in car rides.
No,
So
I was like that as well. I wasn't able to fall asleep, but
mhm,
I think because of the me driving so much, I think it's like
yeah.
starting to tire me out. That
Hmm.
now I feel like I'm really capable of falling asleep driving.
Well, I heard. I
And
heard.
I'm starting to kind of feel that as I'm driving, I'm starting to close my eyes more, and that's starting to get really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I definitely heard you guys falling asleep. I couldn't tell who was louder, either my mom or you. I don't know about grandma. I don't know if she snores. It's okay. We all snore.
Yeah, no, pero me refiero manejando.
Oh,
Ujú.
manejando? No, sí, sí, sí. No, you do I remember you telling me that you're like that tendency of closing your
Yeah.
eyes or
Hmm. Yeah, before I wouldn't. Before I will be fine. Like before I would have everybody sleeping and I wouldn't care. Like
mhm.
it wouldn't bother me. But I
Pero es que
mean,
te gana el sueño.
well, I just found out that I've been working with this lady with the cleaning thing for 8 years. So it's been actually 8 years that I've been driving like back and forth from clinic to clinic.
Yeah.
And so like it's starting to really get to me now.
Yeah, it's starting to affect you. But we made it home safe that day.
We did, so thank you.
We did. Of course, of
Thank you,
course.
thank you to
If
the
I was an
driver.
Uber, I needed a 5-star rating.
You would have gotten it for sure. Just
Oh,
no tip.
definitely. Oh.
Que no nos
Ow.
dejabas dormir con tu música.
It wasn't even that loud. Oh my goodness. Anywho, Sunday. On Sunday, we went to an expo here at oh
So it
God,
was
what's the
only
casino name?
what is it, like a 4 day trip? 3 day?
Yeah.
Well, like a 4 day because we left pretty late. Like our
Yeah.
flight was pretty late. It wasn't like in the
Hmm.
morning
Yeah.
or mid-afternoon. It was late.
Hmm. It was late. It
It
was
wasn't
actually pretty
a
late.
yeah, it wasn't a long trip. It was just like a little weekend there.
Yeah. Feel appreciative. Enjoyed every moment. And then on Sunday, we went to an expo at one of the casinos here. Station, something with Palace Station. Palace? Palace Station?
Hmm.
Ahí fuimos. And I was kind of eerie about grandma going because I genuinely felt like she wasn't gonna like it because it was a spiritual
Expo. Hmm.
expo.
Hmm.
Crystals, mediums, clairvoyants,
Hmm.
clairsentience, like
They have
all kinds,
Reikis.
Reikis.
Hmm.
Um, did I say herbs?
Hmm.
Herbalists.
Herbalist. Hmm.
So I was kind of like about grandma like enjoying it or not.
No, I
Um,
wasn't too worried about that because I mean she has had Reiki here before.
mhm,
So and I mean she knows a little bit about it in her own way of,
yeah,
of
understanding.
understanding, but ella sí, like I knew she wouldn't, like she wasn't gonna mind, you know.
Hmm.
I kind of knew that she was gonna be fine.
Yeah. Well, you did because you hang out with her more often, but I was kind of like, but
Yeah.
no, she did have a really good time. She was smiling ear to ear, so seeing
Hmm.
her happy kind of
In the
made me like
beginning,
relax.
in the beginning, it
Oh
was kind of
yeah,
iffy. Yeah,
yeah.
in
In
the
the
beginning, it
beginning, I
was
was like, I
yeah,
need to
because
figure out what we can do after this.
no, in the beginning, I did see her kind of like not knowing what was going on, but then
Hmm.
after we just started like walking around,
Walking,
and yeah, she kind of got the hint of what was going on.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
um, but yeah, no, she did like that. Yeah, I'm happy that she enjoyed it. at the end.
Yeah, me too, me too. So there was that. So it was fun. It was fun. Um,
Would you
oh
go to
my
another
goodness.
expo?
Heck yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know what I just remembered? Our Oracle cards.
Oh my God, yes. Y tú sabes, as I was setting, I was like, oh, I need to get my Oracle cards. And I
You didn't
completely
grab them.
no, I forgot because the girls came in because they just got
Oh,
back and they came
mhm.
in and we started talking and everything and ellas se habían acomodado en la cama and everything and I'm like, oh, girls,
Leave.
um, I'm gonna record, They're like, oh, okay. That means we have to get out.
No, I have mine. Mine's somewhere over there in the room.
Oh, okay.
I'll grab them later. I'll grab them later. So we can do it at the end.
At the end, okay, okay.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say after that? But how was it hanging out with your sister?
Hanging
And this
out
is the
with.
se second time hanging out with her or seeing her, spending time as sisters.
Mm, yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel it was a little bit different for the first time.
Mm,
Mm, well, I kind of enjoy the fact that when we were in the expo, um,
yeah.
I did see that she kind of let loose a little bit, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and I kind of thought that that was my kind of interpretation, of the whole trip, of being uh, excited, I'm gonna say, because especially
Yeah.
your mom is there, I mean, if you don't want to get excited because your sister is there, that's fine, but it's just the excited because your mom is there and that stuff. But she did let loose a little bit more on Sunday. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's as much.
Hmm.
I would have, like that. It would have been the same, during the stay that we were there. But I mean, she has her own thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So you had brought up when you were texting, calling, chatting,
Hmm.
um relationships with siblings.
Hmm.
And that really got my brain rolling. Like it
Hmm.
really
I
got
see.
these wheels working overtime.
Hmm.
Because I have one sister.
Hmm.
She's younger than me, and you have six, including yourself. It's a total of six,
Hmm.
right? All
Hmm.
female.
Four that are older than me,
Hmm.
and one that is younger than me.
Yeah, like wow. And like we've mentioned before in previous episodes, you guys grew up in Nueva York. You guys grew up in New York in a
Hmm.
very small apartment. It
Hmm.
was a two-bedroom apartment
Hmm.
with one bathroom.
Hmm.
That could not have been easy for anyone.
Well,
Um,
hmm.
um, so I want to get um like a better understanding of the type of relationship you had with your sisters, all of them. Uh, and then I'll obviously pitch in my few cents of my relationship with my sister, and then we'll just jump back and forth.
Um, so I was the first one who was born in New York. My other
Mm.
four sisters are born in Mexico.
Hmm.
And then when my dad did, all this paperwork for them to come, so they came. And we used to live in New York. We lived when it was just I with my younger sister. We used to live in I think it was like in a one apartment, one bedroom apartment.
Oh, okay.
And then when my sisters came, I believe that's when we got into the two-bedroom apartment, which is the fourth floor
Oh.
that where Tia Lilia lives in.
Oh, and I thought you guys had always had
That apartment?
that
No.
apartment. See.
No,
Oh,
so
okay.
we used to live as what I could remember, because I cannot believe I
Mm,
could remember this. I remember that we used to live in either the first or second floor, and then we moved up to the no, I think we lived in the first floor, then we moved into the second floor, and then from the second, that's when we moved to the fourth floor.
oh, fue ahí mismo in that
Yeah,
building?
and that building.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. A lot of history then
Yeah, and
in
that
that
building.
building.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. That's so
So
cool. Hmm.
yeah, so growing up in apartment 18, that's really funny. Yo, I didn't even notice that until now. Apartment 18, and I was born on the 18. Um,
Here I am. That's why I'm here.
as growing up, well, that I don't remember too much, growing up because
Hmm.
I don't remember what age um they arrived or when how old I was. I do not remember.
Okay.
Um, I do remember like the Aofe will take me to the daycare because we used to go to daycare centers.
Hmm. Head Start
Uh,
or before Head
well,
Start?
no, it's a daycare.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they had Head Start back then.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. As growing up, no, I can't say like too much. I know as we start to grow, I will remember a little bit where um with with your mom actually, we used to go to Mexico for the
Hmm.
summer. Um, we used to stay there in Mexico for our whole summer school vacation. And then we used to come back. I think I don't remember, was it like a week before school or 2 weeks before school, but it was somewhere around
Oh,
there that we used to come
yeah.
back. So our summer vacations were in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that there I remember
Grandparents
that.
were definitely working real hard then para
Yeah,
mandarlas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Entonces, I remember we used to go there and we used to be with Abuelita, with my mom's mom, and we
Hmm.
used to be there most of the time. And then Diabetes and me used to go sometimes we used to stay more with Grandpa's mom.
Hmm.
Um, and and then we just came back and everything. So in like in a house, living together, it was more, I don't know. It's different because there's a a bit kind of a age gap, you know?
Yeah.
And también pues como por decir your tía Ofe with your mom and the twins, they literally grew up together, you
Hmm.
know? And like pues we grew up together because we lived in the same
Apartment.
apartment,
Yeah.
pero I feel like they had, well, if I see it now, I feel like they have more of a better sibling relationship understanding because they
Hmm.
grew up with each other.
Yeah.
The two oldest, which was Tia Ofe and your mom,
Hmm.
um, kind of saw after the twins because the twins were still young.
Hmm.
And and like I like from there, no me puedo acordar de mucho when they got here and we used to, you know, have any, I don't know, any I know there was certain, certain times where we used to go to the park and we used to play, you know,
Mhm.
as growing up, or we used to. I'm trying to remember because I'm going back.
Okay, so let me help you with this.
Mm.
So now that you're trying to remember and I got your wheels turning, what's your favorite memory of growing up with your siblings?
So I know, I remember that I think grandparents had gotten like a recorder, like a video recorder. The
Mm-hmm.
huge ones they used to put like into arm and your shoulder, and you used to record. And your mom
Mm-hmm.
was the one who did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I don't remember. I'm gonna say that it was probably like a Sunday. It was on a weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember that it had to be somewhere when I think Selena had already passed.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember like a lot of her music
Mm-hmm.
being heard during that time. So we were we had the music, and it was a Selena song for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we were dancing. I remember we were dancing. It was me and I think Tia Dalia, and I had like an ice pop. And we were just all dancing, and I remember like your mom was recording, and I remember that because I remember it in a video cassette. And
Oh,
I like have that so vivid, in
yeah.
my head that
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was probably one of the best moments that I probably had.
So this kind of goes in time with what I just asked. Is there a song, smell, or um feeling that reminds you of the childhood that you had with them?
Um, A song, I don't know. Well, a song, the only thing that could go with a song is, going back to that memory,
Mm-hmm.
which was the one of the Selena songs. Which one was it? I don't remember. I am gonna say that it was probably the Bitty Bitty Bama one.
Okay,
Um, I am
that's a classic.
because I know we were dancing to the song.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna say that it's that one. Now what was the other one?
A
Smell.
smell. Mm-hmm.
The smell that I could remember was probably when Grandma used to cook on the weekends. Her salsas.
And the whole house would smell like
Like
chile.
smelling chile, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Y estábamos tosiendo.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
that was the
yes.
smell. And what else you said?
And like a feeling. A feeling.
A feeling. I don't know about a feeling. I
Okay.
don't
We'll
know.
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
Um, that's all really cool because um like with me and my sister, I want to say a core memory for us um is when we had moved out here and um me and my sister my parents would both work. But they always tried their best to have at least one parent be home or like
Mm-hmm.
get there before we got out of school or be around or be out of work at the time that we were already home from school.
Mm-hmm.
But una vez I remember my mom had to work late and my sister was bored and I was bored. Um, so we had built a fort out of the sofa cushions. We built a fort, and I remember getting this idea. I don't remember if it was me or my sister. Either one of us got this idea of putting. I think it was my. I don't know. Anyways, so we grabbed a really big blanket, like a really big, it was a Winnie the Pooh blanket, but it
Mhm.
was one of those big fluffy ones, así como que usas cuando te da frío o para el
Mhm.
frío. And it was reversible. I remember that. And it was my sister's. And um, for whatever reason, nos entró that she should get in the blanket and roll herself up as tight as she could. And I rolled her in the blanket
Mhm.
and I was dragging her with the blanket and I was just spinning her around like back and forth. And it was just so funny because she would get up dizzy. I would literally spin
Oh, okay.
around in the blanket.
Yeah.
And at this time we had Dulce already, our family dog. And I remember her that was running around the whole house and Dulce coming and biting my sister because like she got scared of what we were doing, you know?
Mhm.
And she just kept like running towards her and you know, playing around but like biting her too. So that for me is a core memory, like a really good childhood memory.
Mhm.
Um, or my favorite memory. A smell for me, um, a smell for me. Oh, a smell for me. I want to say is when my mom would make breakfast, like any kind of breakfast, like her go-to breakfast whenever she had the weekends off. Um, she would either make memelitas with the salsa and like the smell of the salsa and the
Mhm.
queso cotija. Oh my God, I loved it.
Mhm.
Or when she would make pancakes. I love pancakes. So just the smell of fresh pancakes, delicious. That for me would be it. A song. Um, there was one year when Drake had come out, like when he was really big, the artist.
Mhm.
And my sister was really into his music, and that's all she would play. And she would dance. She would do that dance, and I think
Mhm.
that to me was like one that really stuck through.
Mhm.
Um, and then a a feeling for me. I don't know. She always kept me on my toes, my sister.
Mhm.
Porque a veces me asustaba. Like we would, there, there was this one time where we were watching Insidious, the scary movie, the first one.
Mhm.
And at this time we were a little bit older and my parents had gone out gambling or, you know, had gone out some gambling. But see, that's what they went to go do. So me and my sister stayed home alone. And for whatever reason, no sé a quién se le ocurrió apagar todas las luces cuando estábamos viendo esta movie y que termina and then she got scared and she was like, you have to take me to the bathroom. I don't want to go alone. And
Yeah.
so I did. And I was like, wait, I have to go to the bathroom too. And so, um, when it was my turn to go to the bathroom, she closed the door on me and she turned the lights off. So she definitely kept me on my toes. She definitely did. Um, okay, another question. Where would you like to go on a trip with all your sisters? Like if there was one place you guys could all like ponerse de acuerdo, where would you guys go? Like just one place.
So that's really funny because with your tía Beatriz, um, we have talked about it, like we have said, oh, it would be nice that, all of us would go into a trip, just
Mm-hmm.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like that would be, pretty nice and to kind of bring us back together, um, and in some way.
Yeah.
But that is a dream trip, girl.
But if that dream could come true right now, in this very moment, Que todas estén ya de acuerdo, que ya estén listas. Where?
I would like to go to Tulum.
Tulum,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm. In Mexico.
Yeah,
En Cancun.
in Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
Never been to Cancun. Uh, that would that would be. I don't think I want to go to Cancun. I'll go to other places, but not Cancun. I don't know why. It just never grabbed my attention.
Mm.
Like Cancun is nice. I've seen. My dad always talks about it too.
Oh yeah. Has he been there
Cancun.
before?
Yeah. I think he said he just walked by.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, yeah, that would be a place, but I'll keep dreaming
okay.
about it.
Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna get into the more in-depth emotional questions, all right? But before we get there, I feel like if me and my sister can go on a trip right now, bags ready, everything ready, she's always been wanting to go to Switzerland, and I just want to go because no wait, I think I always confuse this with some other place that has really good chocolate, but Switzerland would be it. I'm sure they have really good chocolate too.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they do too.
Alrighty. Okay. Again, deep. This is in-depth emotional, right? What are three words you would use to describe the relationship or bond that you have with your siblings?
Three.
Three. Choose them wisely.
Okay. So within the five sisters, I'm gonna have to split that one up into two groups.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Just just because with as I said before, I did grow up with the youngest sister.
Yeah.
Um, so with her, our relationship is completely different
Mhm.
um than with my other, with the oldest with with the oldest sisters.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know because I feel that it even though with the other oldest sisters, each
Hmm.
each individual is just completely different, you know.
Yeah.
You have a different relationship with all of them in a different way.
Hmm.
Um, so with the Tia Ofe, I feel like mm, I can, you know,
I got you thinking.
yeah, it's just I really don't interact too much with them.
Hmm.
Um,
So distant?
very well, I'm not gonna say very distant, but distant,
Hmm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, and I'm gonna put distant with the four of them.
Okay.
You know, because I mean, it's not that I don't talk to them. I don't talk to them, but
Hmm.
when when I get to see them or when we're together, where I say
Yeah.
hi,
Hmm.
the norm,
Yeah, but
but
you're at your space. You keep your space.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And I think that it's just because it's the same. I like I said, I don't I I I don't think there's like a big relationship there with them.
Hmm.
Now, if we talk with we start talking about the youngest one, there's always been a relationship because we grew up together. There was
Yeah,
this where we went to school together, we were in elementary together, and you walk these phases with her, with I
each
walk
other.
these phases, yeah, with each other.
Hmm.
Um, till this day, her the relationship between her and I is completely different. We could disagree, and we not might like our each other's ways of doing or seeing things, and we might end up stopping talking, for with each other for a while, but we come back to each other some way somehow, and we talk about
Yeah,
certain things. And to this day, I could say that we have learned how to put that line not to cross over and
hmm,
with certain things and be able to talk. I guess our relationship as we grow has grown as
okay,
well because we have had our ups and downs, but we have also come out from them as well with her because there was a period in time where I didn't talk to her either.
yeah,
Um But like I said, we always come back. Some way, somehow, we always come back.
hmm,
And when with my other sisters, I don't
hmm,
know. I just feel that it's really, really different.
okay.
It's just different. I can't even explain it.
No, no, I get it. I igual con mi hermana, like, um, I could say that, for a good couple of years, it felt distant.
Hmm.
It felt, um, new, like, in, even though we're 3 years apart, like, it just felt like I didn't really know her. Like,
Right.
we really didn't know each other like
Hmm.
that. Um, it almost felt like a, uh ¿cómo te digo? Like a coworker. It
Right,
is the
right.
best way to
Well,
explain it. Like,
well,
we would talk and
it's
it's just
like
be very minimal. Hmm.
well, it's like the kids would say sometimes they feel like we're just roommates. Well, them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah. And my sister, that's funny because my sisters have actually used that, with us
Hmm.
as siblings. And she's like, sometimes that you just like a roommate to me. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh. Um, And then, but like you said, with my diabetes, you keep coming back, and that's something that me and my sister do as well. Like, we'll talk for a little bit, and
Hmm.
then we like fall apart, and then we'll come back to each other, and everything's good, and we learn something new from each other. We learned how to communicate on a specific, subject differently, or on just something we learned how to do differently. So I get what you mean, twin. Um, okay. So the second in-depth question so I really want you to take your time with this one, and really look into your inner child for this one, or your inner teen, or just your inner self for this one.
Hmm.
Um, so sorry. I'm wearing a hat because I didn't wash my hair, but Dumbo, everyone. Alrighty. Deep breath. Deep breath. You too. Okay. It says, what version of a sibling did you need when you were younger? And did you get that? So within all your sisters, what type of sibling connection or relationship did you want to have with them? And did you receive it? Did you receive minimal, or did you not receive it at all?
So I think as we grew up, I don't think we see things like that in any way. Well,
Mhm.
o sea, yo lo digo por mí, you know. I
Mhm.
think we start craving it as we grow older and we start seeing, well, I start seeing how distant I am with them.
Mhm.
O-
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna say that but I would have, I would like, or would like to have a relationship that I have with your tia Beatriz.
Mhm.
You know, as with them young, you know. Um, as an adult, yeah, I think I would, still want it. Um, is it doable? Yes, it is. But I guess we all need to crave it to have it, you know.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, but I didn't get it, when as a child or as growing up with
Mhm.
them. Um, Now we're talking here with the four of them, you know.
Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
with your mom, there is a sort of type of relationship there, but it's still different.
Mhm.
For me, it's still different because I feel like her relationship with them is completely different from my relationship with her.
Yeah.
You know, and
'Cause it
then
goes back to them growing up
up together.
together, and then you guys being between you and my mom. What is the age gap? What's the age difference? Is it 6?
I'm gonna say 6 because I believe she's somewhere around the age of Jorge's, and Jorge and I are
Yeah.
about 6 years
Hmm.
apart.
Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to do the math. That just came. Oh, so good.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that will be something that I would like to have, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, But I don't know si se daría. That's the thing, you know.
Hmm.
Mm.
So you would like to have a deeper bond with them or just be at the talking stages? Because having a bond and being talkative is, I feel, to me, my definition is very different.
Mhm.
Because to me, a bond is like you can, like how me and you have, what me and you have. And I can call you up and, if you live closer, we can go for sushi again. But like
Mhm.
that day that we had gone out for sushi where, we went out, we went to the store, we hanged out, then we went out to eat and, at first it was kind of awkward.
Mhm.
Um, but then as the food started coming,
Because that was actually our first date.
yes. And as the food started coming and we started feeding ourselves, like the conversation was good,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
energy was good, like it just felt very nice to have
Mhm.
that with you. Like I didn't want to leave.
Mhm.
But we had to because we had food at home. Um, so like, and then for me, the talking stages are just like, checking up on them occasionally. And then, if she texts me, then I'll text you. But if you don't text me, then like I'll send you a meme or a TikTok, and if you respond, then I'll keep the conversation going. To me, that's what like to me that's what the different ones are to me. And I'm
But you s-
complicated, so
so very. So you see, that's something that I don't have with them. That's something
Mhm.
that I do have with
With one of
diabetes.
them.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't have that with the other, with my other sisters, you know.
Hmm.
Um, I think I think to start up a relationship, it will have to start up somewhere in that phase, you know?
Yeah.
Um, would I do it? Like, would I start it up? I don't know. Because
Mm.
let me tell you, I
You're
am
also
really,
complicated. I'm just kidding.
no, no,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
My thing for me is the rejection.
Oh,
You know,
oh
it's
yeah.
it's the rejection part. I think that is gonna hurt me more than just
Mm.
what I say. What I always say is if I don't, if there's no bad news, everything is good, right?
Put that on shirt.
Hmm.
We need to make a shirt.
Um, so I think for me that's how I keep it, you know. If I don't hear from from someone that, you know, something's wrong with another one, then I know that everything seems to be
It's good.
okay.
Hmm.
Or my fear will be the rejection part.
Okay. Okay. And for me, um the type of sibling I would have liked, to have a relationship with my sister would be like from the movies. Like do you remember watching Twitches? The
No.
witchy sisters on Disney?
Oh, Charm? Oh,
No.
Disney. No.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, okay, okay. Wait, it was played by oh my God. Tara and Tamira? I think that's what their names are.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they're separated at birth. They have
Hmm.
powers, magic powers, separated at birth. They find each other. They return back to their home, and then they instantly like click, and they're like, ha, would be something like that, like off of a TV show type of
Hmm.
relationship where
Hmm.
like me and my sister can like hang out and talk about things and um just be ourselves without feeling judged.
Judge. Hmm.
And I felt growing up, and could be totally different from what my sister felt. Um, is that like if I would do certain things, like I feel like she would judge me.
Okay.
Or or like I feel like she would go off and tell my mom type of thing. Like I was just
Right.
always very how should
Insecure.
I say? Yeah, of doing certain things when we were younger. And like as we got older, también like there was a lot of things where like I wanted to go to her and tell her, but I always held myself back because I was just like, what if she snitches me out? Or what if um what if she looks at me funny, or what if she's gonna react differently than what I expect her reaction to be. So that to me was just like what held me back también.
Hmm.
Um, and
It's because we just are, well, you know, no digo por mí, is you're just scared of what's next, you know, of
yeah.
are they even gonna probably okay, siento que if I was to make that step where you text them and say, "Hey, how you doing?" you know,
Mm,
at first it's gonna be really weird because it's like they never receive a text from you, you
mm,
know, and it's gonna be awkward. And um and then I guess our minds just they start playing around
yeah.
and it's like, oh, but how about they, you know, if they think well, if they think that we want something or you know
And oh my God,
that we're looking
yeah.
for something or that we're
Hmm.
trying to get probably a chisme about someone, you know, and it's just your mind keeps, you know, plays around with you so much that that's just the fear that comes in, you know, and that's why we just don't do the step. This is like, well, you know, okay, so they're the oldest for me and me, you know, it's like they're the oldest. Why can't they? you know, make that step if they want a relationship, with
Hmm.
um with the
With
youngest.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so if they don't reach out, I guess they don't want it, it's just, I don't
Hmm.
know, it's for me it's just really different. Um but I guess it's just that, it's just, being scared, um the rejection, what are they gonna think, you
Yeah.
know
No,
the
definitely.
unknown is
The
always the
unknown.
unknown.
Yeah, that's haunting.
Yeah.
No, it is. And then like when we got older and when I was in me and her were in high school at the same time, and like I had other friends, who also had sisters the same age as my sister,
Hmm.
and I would see them interact and it would be so different than what me and my sister would interact. Like me and my sister, it's like we had just met and it was just really awkward, and like she's shy and I'm like kind of outgoing but also
Hmm.
shy, and it was
Hmm.
just like weird.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like it also didn't help that in a way my parents um kind of like I don't want to say they made us look down on each other, but like
Differentiate each other.
yeah, like they differentiated us a lot, and I feel like that also in a way impacted
Play
our
a part, yeah.
relationship.
Hmm.
And then it's like I've like talked to my sister about before, like me being the oldest,
Hmm.
um, and then seeing how my sister was raised compared to myself being raised, I kind of, no, not kind of, I was definitely jealous by the fact that she had a whole different upbringing than I did. And then like when I was left in charge, when like my parents would go off to work and it was just me and her at home, like I would implement those rules or that ¿cómo se dice? Um attitude of like how I grew up with my parents about
Hmm.
like how they were strict with me,
Yeah.
so I kind of like like I made myself the parent when my parents weren't home, and I expected her to like follow my rules
Hmm.
when they weren't home.
Right.
And so like I kind of
So you
in
kind
my
of took that
mind,
role as a parent,
yeah,
when they're
yeah.
here. Okay.
And so then I kind of wanted her to um como te digo, I wanted her to act the way that I would have acted if my parents were to tell me, you're gonna go do this and go do it now,
Hmm.
rather than her being like, no, like, why do I have to? Like, parents told you to do it? And so
Right.
then I would get upset. And then, I like, you know, would, um, would try to discipline her the way my parents disciplined me. And so,
Hmm.
like, I feel like that also made us crash a lot in regards to having a relationship together. Um, but I always did want like a close relationship where we can like hang out and go to the movies together and like laugh and joke and like have inside jokes within each other.
Hmm.
Um, which, eventually sometime we'll get there. Um, okay. So would you say that your oldest siblings, like, the four oldest siblings ever made you feel unseen, unsupported, or misunderstood?
I th Now you see, I think that's how I felt, but I think that was me.
Okay.
I think that was me, that I felt myself unseen. Um,
Unseen.
but then again, it goes back to they're older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, there is still that age gap, where they were already when I was in elementary, I think they were already graduating to go to junior high school.
Mhm.
So when I was in junior high school, I think they were already like in 10th grade or 11th grade when I went to high school. So
Mhm.
I think that has to do a lot, because I now as a mom and I have my oldest daughter and then my youngest is my youngest daughter and I see that age gap and I see the how different, you know, not how different they are alike, but how things just change.
Yeah.
So I think that has to do a lot, because I was still young. They were already going to, you know,
A
there was
casarse.
well, that too. Yeah, and then like that happened, like Tia Dalia left pretty young from the house, so there goes, there goes that, so there was
Mhm.
one already. I mean, I think by then that Otia Ofe was already gone. Probably your mom as well, I think.
No, my mom still went into high school.
No, no, yeah, I'm
Uh,
just saying about when they started to leave.
no, I think
When they
she was
started
still
to
at.
leave home,
Oh, I think she was still at home
because
though.
I don't remember. Well, I don't remember, so that's why I'm
Hmm.
um so no, I think Dalia left when she was probably, I don't know, 16. I don't remember. So, but there's also these things that play a part, of not having a tidy relationship with them,
Hmm.
because I mean they left home, they weren't there no more. So there goes that, there's not a relationship there that it's built.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and then they start having their own, her own kids, and it's just different. So it could be, it could have been that played a part, but also it could also have been just me, that who had felt like that, always, because I always felt that I was kind of weird to begin with.
Yeah.
So that also put me as that also I also pushed myself aside as well.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot could have played into that role.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so after, you know, telling us all of this stuff, um, and being open about it and having the time to really analyze everything, what was something that you and your siblings, the oldest and the youngest, needed from each other growing up? I didn't ask you this one.
I feel it was more the parent bonding, you know.
Hmm.
Um because even though we lived together, we knew that we were sisters because we were there, you know.
Yeah.
We lived
Hmm.
together, we estamos ahí, we're sharing, we're sleeping in the same room, unas in the same bed with others, you know. But I feel that with if my mom would have noticed that there was some type of distance between us, that it would have helped in some way, that she would have done certain things where we were able to bond as siblings and also
Hmm.
with her, you know.
Hmm.
I think that would have helped a lot. Um, but I mean, things happen.
Yeah. So because of that, do you feel like you grieve, you know, the relationship that could have been?
Definitely. Yeah, because let me tell you something. There's places that I go and I see that some of them that I hear that they're sisters. and just the way that I see them, how they talk to each other, how they go out to
Yeah.
eat with each other. I mean, just in
Hmm.
the just you know, just in the restaurant, I see like how the one sister calls in the food for the other sister, and the other one goes pick it up, and they're gonna go eat together. I
Yeah.
mean, that is something I would have loved to do with them. There's a lot of the talks that goes around, you know. Um,
Yeah. The cheese man.
the one with one another, and that's one of and for some reason that's what drew me more apart from,
Hmm.
because I will always kind of hear it from somebody and this and that, and I really don't.
Like not learning how to respect each other's
Each other's secrets.
secrets.
Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah.
And and this, I'm gonna go back to one of the episodes that we talked about how we need to respect each other,
Oh yeah.
respect what we think, what we say, and that's about it. You don't have to agree, because we're not gonna agree.
Oh.
We're
Hmm.
not gonna see eye to eye of everything that we say, that you say. But I think about one of the things that I have, that I started to have with your tia Beatriz, is that we start to talk. And I always say the level of communication always has to be there.
Hmm.
The level of maturity, because once you are mature enough to say something, then that's how the conversations open up. And that's how you know
Yeah.
that I'm gonna be able to come to you and talk to you and know that probably you won't get upset because I'm gonna say something, or because
Yeah.
you're gonna feel that I'm gonna disrespect you in some way.
Hmm.
So that's why I won't go, I won't come to you then.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
so funny, just the way that you literally read my mind. You literally read my mind, and each one of these topics, you've brought up a new topic that I'm gonna roll into. So amazing. However you're doing that's amazing. Because literally my next question was if you could say anything to your siblings and know they wouldn't get offended, and listen to you without, you know, without holding resentment, what would you say? What would you tell to each individual sister?
To grow up, man. I literally just said this not too long ago to Tia Beatriz, I feel like sometimes we need to just grow the fuck up. And she goes like, no, I don't even think it's growing up. It's just to learn how to have maturity, to be mature, to
Mhm.
handle certain things, because in in ways, we don't we hate being, you know, to be
Wrong.
told the truth, you know?
Hmm.
We don't like hearing the truth. We don't like hearing when somebody tells you, I don't like how you did this. You hurt me in a certain way.
Hmm.
Um, and we could go back and say that was something probably that our parents needed it to do,
Yeah.
in order for us to do this now. But like I have been saying, that now we are grown adults, that we
Hmm.
can do it now on our own if we want to do it. So we have to stop with the putting or pointing fingers to our parents, because now if it didn't happen, pues ni modos, ¿verdad? Um,
Sí.
well, shake it off, and now you're grown, you're a parent yourself. Don't do that
Hmm.
same mistake with your kids now. And now that you see it with your own kids and you reflect on it or you mirror it on yourself, then now
Yeah.
try to do something better for yourself and for your kids to see, that my
Hmm.
mom was able to do this. My mom was able to surpass this, and now she's
Yeah.
having a relationship with her sisters, in a
Setting
in
an
a good way.
example.
Yeah, of
Hmm.
course. Um, y eso just that's because, like I said, we just recently was just talking about this not so long ago with your tia, and it's like. Yeah, it's like really mature, yeah, maybe it's not about growing up. It's really more about mature, think not think differently, but see things in
Be more
uh,
open,
mhm,
to life, be more open
mhm.
to criticism and
And don't
different
get
ideas.
butthurt, don't get butthurt
Yeah,
if,
let
if
your
something
ego go.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is. It's the pride. We're gonna go back to help me on this one. I think it was episode 9 or 8, one of those two. Where we talk about, being honest with yourself, letting go of that pride, of that ego, of, you know, don't put yourself on that pedestal when you're not ready to be put on that pedestal.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's tough. It's tough because, we go back to what we were saying earlier. It's the age. It's the age difference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, it's it's
But then I go back again where
mhm,
yeah, it might be the age difference. The age difference has a lot to do. But now,
mhm.
but now, if I'm 39, then how old are they?
My mom personally 40 something.
Entonces is at this point, the age has nothing to do anymore. It's about how you're maturing, you know?
Yeah.
When we're
Yeah.
growing up, okay, we could say, "Oh, it's your age."
Hmm.
There's that age gap. Pero ya ahorita, when you're a parent yourself, when you have kids that you are making them kids that are young and dependable kids that you trying to make them, but wait, but I still, as a kid, as a mom, I can be so hypocritical with my kids because then my kids tell me, well, you don't even have a relationship with your sisters,
Yeah.
you know? And then I tell them, well, exactly, because I don't have a relationship like that with my sisters. I don't want you guys to go through that.
Hmm.
I want you guys to have a relationship as siblings
Hmm.
because
Yeah, because
it is really nice to have a relationship with siblings
it
without
is
you
a beautiful thing.
criticizing
Hmm.
one another,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Like,
respect each other's decisions.
uh-huh. But be open and honest también,
Claro.
and then
Ujú.
whatever one decides on, pues ya es la cosa de ella, tú nomás lávate las manos, dale el amor, and, you know, let them live their life how they want to be.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. It's
Um,
it's like I talk to your mom and I tell her I can't judge you. I am no one to judge anyone.
oh yeah, yeah,
You
I was
live
there.
you live your life however you want to live it.
Hmm.
The what I could do is be as a sister is be there when you need me. If you
Hmm.
come to me. If
Yeah.
and if you don't, there's nothing that I could do, you know? But
Hmm.
if you need me, I am gonna be there. And believe me, I mean till now, even though I don't talk I'm not so close to all of them, but if one needs me for whatever reason, I'm gonna be there. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
there are my sisters regardless of the relationship that we have. But si me buscan, I'm here. Y si no, there's nothing that I could do about it. Because I'm not gonna force myself in either.
Hmm.
You
No,
know?
because como dijiste tú, te tienen que buscar a ti, pero tú y por igual los
Of
tienes que buscar
course.
a ellos,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, no, that was really good. I feel like I got a lot out of that one. That I like that one. Um, Alrighty. So this is my last one. Um, so we're gonna set this one in, it's gonna be more gentle. Um, a place of love, place of peace, a place of I finally said what I needed to say type of mindset.
Hmm.
So, um, if you could sit down with your inner child, with your sister's inner child as well, all huddled up in a group. Um, so imagínate que it's your inner child with your sister's, all your sister's inner childs.
Hmm.
Mhm. What would you tell them about love, safety, and connection?
This is not soft, girl.
This is so. And what of that, and then the kind of relationship you want to create moving forward.
Okay, so repeat it one more time.
Okay. So
Okay,
you're your inner
mhm,
child, okay?
mhm.
Their inner child también, you know. Um, what would you tell them about love, safety, and connection? And what kind of relationship you would want to have with them moving forward?
Oh, you're gonna make me cry, girl.
That's why I said soft and gentle. But I wish I had tissues so I can give you.
Oh, espérate. Let me just grab it.
Uh, no, but I need the box.
Yeah, but yeah, let me get it, the invisible one. Okay. About oh my God.
Just go with the flow, just inhale, exhale, and the words will make its way.
Loving each other more.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure that loving each other more will set that safetiness that we all endure, that we all look for, that we all need.
Mhm.
Um, I think I think loving and having love for one another in a deeper way, because I'm not gonna say that I don't love my sisters. I do.
Mhm.
It's just that I feel that the relationship is just not there. But I'm pretty sure that if we were to want to really commit into having a sister bond with all, I think just loving each other in a deeper way, the safety and the connection will always be there, you
Mhm.
know? Um, in good times and in good and bad times. I think que siempre estaría una para todas cuando esa una la necesite. And I see that where that one movie, I don't know which movie it is, where son también a lot of sisters, and there's this there's always this conflict también between sisters, and when one needed one, not only one came, sino que todas se unieron. When when that sister needed the one sister, they all come together.
Mhm.
And and believe me, that's something that I I also crave on.
Yeah.
To come together as unity. as one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and I think that all that will surpass anything, you know? Um, but yeah, I think that that would it be.
Okay. And then the last part is what type of relationship do you want to create moving forward? So if they're watching this right now, what would you tell them right now?
Well, that scene of that movie, I just don't remember
Oh,
which
that
movie
movie.
it is,
Oh, okay. The
where
unity
the
just coming
unity
together.
to it's good. It comes. I feel like it comes all within. You
Yeah.
know, um,
Hmm.
once I feel that once we start seeing each other not with those eyes of judging, disrespecting, criticizing, um, mm, bad mouthing each other,
Hmm.
um, and I mean in all the aspects of who you are, who you've been, raising your kids, because we all raise kids differently.
Yeah.
We don't all raise kids the same,
Hmm.
respecting one another, in just in all different ways. I think if that was to come, and not expecting, not expecting something from one another. Because
Hmm.
if you give, I always say, if you give, don't expect. Because
Yeah.
you
Oh,
give
yeah.
when you can and what you can, and
Hmm.
when you're able to.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I give and I do not expect, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
We need to put that
like
on a shirt too.
see? And I just feel
Us.
that all of that just comes in, and if it come, if we were to do that, it comes all in that, in un jar,
Hmm.
en un jarrón, ponerlo. And then if we were to stop doing all of that, you would, the love, the safety and the connection will come within. But
Hmm.
that's all within the level of respect, respecting one another.
Hmm. Very nice. Very beautiful.
Yeah.
You got me teary-eyed too. Oh, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
What would you do with your, what would you say to your sister?
To my sister, I would say that I love her, you know, with all her flaws and differences, and that I accept her for who she is, even when she believes that I don't accept her for, how she is and who she is, but I
Hmm.
do, and that I love her very much, and that I'm sorry if I had overstepped, the line growing up, uh, because I thought that what I was doing was protecting her rather than harming her. Um, and that, I hope that one day she could forgive me, like truly forgive me, and not just say she can, but actually feel that forgiveness. Um, and that I don't want her to be afraid to seek me for help, or to have a bond, or to go out to eat without feeling that I, again, will judge her or criticize her, or, not give her the attention that she needs.
Hmm.
Um, and then I'm here, that I care about her more than she can imagine.
Nice. Now, do you think that forgiving one another plays a part into starting a relationship with your siblings?
Oh yeah, because it's like I said, and I say this because my therapist brought it up. One can forgive and say the word I forgive you, but doesn't necessarily feel it.
Hmm.
And it's not the same. It's not the same because to feel is to look at that person genuinely and say I forgive you, and then you can move past it. Pero cuando uno nomás lo dice nomás para decirle, para to make the other person happy or to feel like they're doing the other person that favor,
That favorite. Hmm.
you're still holding a grudge. You're still criticizing them. You still lack the empathy for that individual.
Hmm.
So I genuinely do feel that forgiveness with anything plays a really big role in starting a new relationship or a new connection. Um, because it's like how you said about gift giving. It has to come from the heart for one to truly feel that connection, that meeting or thought of being special.
Hmm.
So I definitely say that forgiveness plays a really, really big role. And it has to come from both parties, not just you.
Hmm.
Hmm. Was that your question? Did I like misunderstand your
No, no, no,
question? Because
no. Yeah.
I tend to do that.
No, 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 no. That's what it was. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. Now, do you think that? I mean, like I said, I know we're all different, and we
Hmm.
all, think differently and see things differently. But do you feel like that you need to, um, actually, like hear the word, can forgive me, or como like I had like the way I put it out, like I feel like if we learn how to respect one another,
Hmm.
um for me, putting everything in that jarron, where you put all of that there,
Hmm.
you respect each other, and
Hmm.
it for me, like it starts to blossom something, because you start to love, you start to care, you start to feel safe, and you start to get that connection. For me, like that surpasses everything in the past. So
Hmm.
that would be for me. But I know in some
Yeah.
cases there's people that really need to hear the words, uh, "Can you forgive me?"
Hmm. Yeah. Um, I definitely would say that I'm one of those people that has to hear the word itself come out of that person.
So, okay, so for you it's more of hearing the word and
Yeah,
throwing the action, because
and throwing the action.
okay, so that okay,
Hmm.
because because like today I was having a conversation with Francisco, and I was saying we could talk the walk, but the action is going to show me what you're actually doing, because
Oh
we could
yeah.
we could we could always do
I,
the talk the talk,
I'm a
and
big believer on your actions speak louder than your
than
words.
words. So I cause
Oh
and I
yeah.
you know and I told him, I was like, you could talk, we could say a lot of things, you
Hmm.
could tell me that, this and this and that, but I want to see action. I want to see movement. I want to see that you're actually doing it, that you're actually doing, it for yourself or for whoever. So I think, like I said, as for me, I feel like para mí es más ver que si
Hmm.
hay un cambio, and that I don't necessarily need to hear the word, can you forgive me? Um, it's just more of that, of if you respect me, then you're gonna respect me from day one and on, moving forward. Not just that day
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I know where there's gonna be like flaws in another way, but
Mm-hmm.
if you come to me and you realize that that you just flawed, you push back, then at least I know that you're realizing that what you said or you did, you took it into consideration, you thought about it, that it was wrong, and you came and you
Mm-hmm.
talked, and that's for me, is that's what I need, you
Are
know.
your is your love language like acts of service? Do you know?
Acts que me hagan o que yo haga.
Ajá. No, que ellos te hagan a ti algo para ti. Un servicio de amor.
Yo siento que sí.
Okay, because I was gonna say it
Sí.
makes sense because
Mhm,
you're all about action and
mhm,
having them, like I said, actions speak louder than words. And so I
mhm,
just wanted to make that connection because I was gonna say that my love language, it's words of affirmation.
mhm,
And for someone to, for someone to say, "Hey, can we talk?" And, we talk and they say, "Can you forgive me?" That to me is speaking my love language.
mhm,
That to me is, not saying that, come on, not saying that I don't feel anything if you don't do said, but I'm just saying that to me just again, it just speaks volumes
mhm,
for me, as well as your action, like have your action match your words,
mhm.
because if your actions don't match your words, I'm going to feel lied to.
Right,
and
right.
and I don't and I personally don't take liars
Lies.
very
Yeah.
well.
Mhm,
I have a very hard time trusting in the first place.
mhm.
And so, for me to trust someone and then for them to lie and me
Seeing
to
them
not
eye to
only
eye.
see
Mhm.
it but feel it and and it's just a deal breaker for me. I don't think I could move forward.
Especially when you're an empath.
Yes. Yes. I don't think I could genuinely move forward with
Mhm.
said relationship or friendship or just,
Yeah, yeah,
anything.
yeah. Mhm.
Because siempre me voy a quedar con esa duda. Like,
Right, right.
what are
Yeah.
you
And
doing?
that's something that, where I was talking with Francisco today, where it's like, I you could talk or don't
Oh
talk,
yeah.
you know, just show
Yeah.
me. Show me that, that what you're saying, it's something that you're gonna do. I need to see it, I need to see it for me to see, to say, okay, he's really doing it. He's actually changing. He's doing this for yourself, because the first thing it has to do is you do it for your own. You don't do it for anybody else. You do it
Yeah.
if you wanna get better in
Mhm.
anything, you know,
Oh yeah.
um, and it goes with everything. But yeah, for me, it's more of do it. I don't need to hear it. Just do it,
Yeah.
you
Just
know?
do it.
But I understand. That's what I'm asking, because, I do know that even though like I say, even though we're sisters, and and we're all different. We're not the same.
Mhm.
We don't think the same. We don't dress the same. We don't like the same foods. It's just we are different. So I know that, then if okay, this is with you, you actually want to hear somebody come to you and ask for that forgiveness. But and how would you come, like, how would it work with your sister? To say if your sister is not the same as you, but more like, to say, well, like my example, that
Mhm.
I don't need to hear it. I just need the action. How
Yeah,
would that work then?
actually, it's funny because when we were coming back from California, there was some kind of not some kind, there was miscommunication between me, my sister, and my husband. And so I was already feeling some type of way because, I was tired. I let when I'm a exhausted person, I'm an intense person. Like
Hmm.
I'm my horns start to come out. The Taurus in me starts to come out. And so, I kind of took out me being upset on my sister.
Hmm.
And I know, oh, well, now I'm starting to question it. But now I'm gonna have to ask her later on today. But if I remember correctly, I believe that her love language is acts of service. And just taking accountability for your actions. So when we had gotten home, I had sent her a text and I had let her know that, I apologized for my behavior towards her and for
Hmm.
me taking out my being upset and taking it out on her, and that she was the absolute like wrong person to take it out on because she had no fault, you know, in it whatsoever. Like,
Hmm.
and that I was just, that I was truly sorry. Um, and that that I could have gone about it a different way rather than taking it out on her. That I guess I should have just ranted to her right there and then when I had the chance rather than say what I said. And then right away she had messaged me back and she had told me that she had appreciated that. And that she had said that she really appreciated me taking the time to apologize and to admit that I was wrong, because it shows her that I've grown.
Hmm.
She said something about growth. Um, and that she also didn't like the fact that I, responded to her in that form, and that she was like really close to like not coming at all the next day. But that she said that she was, I believe she said something about proud. Uh, I don't want to give misinformation, so let me see. Um, and so overall, she just said that, she was she was thankful that I had apologized.
Hmm.
Um,
What would you think if it was like the other way around?
the other way around, I had actually found the message. She was like, notice your tone of voice as well, and I didn't like it. But that's okay, sister. Thank you for apologizing. Means a lot to me. You're gonna make me cry. She said, love the awareness. So proud of you. If it was the opposite, um, with my sister, that's with my sister. If it was the opposite with my sister, that's a really good one. Um, I don't know
Would you think
because
you would get the same reaction? Do you think that she'll call you and ask for an apology if it would have been done to her? Or
oh
she will,
yeah.
okay.
Oh no, 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 definitely. My
Like
sister,
if she would be capable of having that realization that what she did by talking to you in a certain way was wrong, would she be able to call you back and ask, just to apologize?
for yeah, I think oh definitely she would. I don't think she would do it right away. I
Hmm.
definitely feel like it would take her, some time. I feel like that's something that even though we don't realize it, and right now that I'm thinking about it, a couple episodes ago, we talked about like how mad we get or how upset or how we would react. And so
Yeah.
I feel like me and my sister have that in common where we react really fast to like shut the other person down.
Hmm.
And then after a minute or, time goes by, we're like, oh, damn, like I was in the wrong. And then she'll respond to me. And she has.
Hmm.
No, my sister's really good at maybe not right away, but neither am I. But no, she does message me and she does apologize and she's like, hey, like I figured that out. She's like, I didn't like the way that I told you this or reacted to
Hmm.
this, and like I'm
Hmm.
sorry. Like I'm really
Hmm.
sorry.
So
Gosh.
with are you done? I saw you
Yeah.
cut you off.
No, 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 you're good.
So with her response, with how what she texts you.
Mhm.
Now, and I'm gonna ask you this because it takes a lot to realize when you're at fault,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
especially when we're really when we our
Right.
ego is really high and our pride is also really high out there.
Yeah.
Um, what what has helped you to be aware of that situation where you know that you were wrong?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Um, and I give props to people or like podcasters, YouTubers that remember each episode like off the top of their brain. Like major props to you guys because we literally talked about this in one of our episodes, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what episode it was. So if you guys go back and watch it and then tell me which one it is.
No way.
Um,
You're gonna watch all of them.
I know that's the point.
Uh,
Um, but um, it really took a lot for me to be aware because, like you said, um, to put our pride aside, our ego aside.
mhm,
I always like being right. I know I'm always right in some cases, but now, earlier in mis años, as a teen, as a preteen, a teen, uh early 20s, um I didn't like to take I didn't like to take responsibility of being wrong.
mhm,
And then to me it was the the miscommunication that it came with it. We're both upset at each other for something that could have easily been resolved just by saying that I was wrong. Just by saying that I was responsible or take accountability for it.
mhm,
Um, and and it was just me saying that I didn't like conflict, but conflict would happen because I didn't want to prove that I wasn't right, or that I was in the wrong.
mhm,
And it's true, like I sounded like a hypocrite because I was like, I can't say that I don't like conflict if the conflict is happening because of my ego, because of my pride, because I don't want to be wrong,
mhm,
And so and now I am more open with taking accountability for me being wrong, for my actions, for what I said. Because sometimes, as much as one wants to think about what's coming out of their mouth, at the heat of the moment, no pasa así. It doesn't
mhm,
happen like that. And even when you think that you're doing your best or you're trying your best to analyze what you're saying before it comes out, people misinterpret it either way,
yeah,
and that causes more miscommunication.
right.
Um, and so we're gonna go back to this story of me and my husband about that day we went to go wash the machine that we used to clean the carpet, where I had actually he has a nerve injury on his nail,
Mhm,
and I don't know if you remember when you brought it up, and I had put moved the water, and I unintentionally hit him in that area of his thumb that was really sensitive, and it hurt him with the pressure washer. And he said, oh God, what did he say? Excuse me, he said something within the lines of be careful because my finger still hurts, right? He's like, don't put the water near my finger. And all I heard was, don't wet my hand. And so then I responded with, what do you mean don't wet your hand? You're wetting my leg. And oh my God. And so then he was like, he was like, of course we're gonna get wet. And I was like, exactly. Then what are you talking about? Right? And I got upset because I was like, what do you mean don't get you wet if we're literally using a pressure washer? And then,
But the
I was
it
like
didn't
told out
it
of reach
didn't
it.
clear out until we got home.
It didn't clear out until we got home. But because of me, because on the way home, he kept asking me, what's wrong? He was like, are you okay? What's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, talk to me. Like, did I say something? Did I do something? Like, what's wrong? Y yo toda con las manos así, like toda, you know,
Enojada.
toda enojada. And then we got home and he looks at me and he grabs me. He's holding my hand and he was like, what's wrong? As gentle as he could be. He was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, like nothing. And then he was like, what is it? He was like, you've been upset
The car
since we were
wash.
the car wash. And I was like, bro, how do you not want me to be upset if you told me not to wet your hand, but we're literally washing this machine? Like, of course you're gonna get wet. And I was like, how are you gonna say not to get you wet? And you're over here wetting, my whole lower body. And
Mm.
he starts cracking up. And I just looked at him like, right? And he was like, did you hear what I said? And I was like, yeah, to not wet your hand. And he was like, that's not at all what I said. He was like, yes, in a way. He's like, but not exactly what I said. That's when he corrected me. And he was like, I said, you know, don't put it too close to my finger because it's still sensitive. So like don't try to put it so close to my hand, like don't wet my hand so much.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what? And we started cracking up. Like we
Mm-hmm.
just started laughing together. And I was like, that's seriously what you said? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry. And I was like, and I told them that I seriously thought I heard him say not to wet his hand. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, how do you not want me to wet your hand?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And, we laughed it off and he was like, you see, like, why didn't you just tell me when I asked you? And I was like, because like I got upset. But anyways, like again, the miscommunication right there, like it just built something up. I got upset for no reason. Um, and it's just,
But it has shown you that communicating and being more aware and being
yeah,
more open helps out in any relationship
yeah, of course. I mean,
because it
as
has happened here
it
as
has
well.
happened. Yes, it has. It has exactly. And it's like what I'm telling you, like sometimes we try to explain ourselves, and as much as we try to filter out what comes out of us, the other person is still not going to interpret it the way we thought about it. Because we don't all like it was like what you're saying, we don't all think the same.
Mm-hmm.
We don't yes, we're all speaking English, but we're not understanding it the same way,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And for example, me, like, yes, I'm working on my communication and yes, I'm working on, I'm going to therapy, being more open with my mistakes and sometimes I catch them on the spot and I apologize on the spot and other times, I do my little act of
Being
not
a
playing, being upset, being,
uh-huh. Putting up a front. Uh-huh.
yeah, exactly. And then, my husband is like, what's wrong? And then he is now telling me that, talk to him about it. And then we communicate and then it's, we like this for example, this last example, we laugh about it together, we apologize, and then the rest of the day we're good,
Mm.
and
But do you feel or okay, so that part where you say a donde you need to, you do your little berrinche stuff, um, do you feel that you do it because you need to be seen that you are upset, or why is it that you do it?
oh, that is really good, actually. I haven't gotten that far with my therapist. Um,
All right,
honestly,
therapy
I'm gonna,
101 here.
I know that is really good. I I know we say we can't root everything back to our parents, but this one I will. And this is why. I say that I have to show it because I haven't healed that inner child of when I was a child,
Hmm.
where I would be upset and my parents would be like, "What are you upset about?" Like, I'll give you a reason to be upset about something. But when my sister did it, and she's shown that she was physically upset, she would get coddled. She would, ay, ¿qué tiene la niña? ¿Qué pasó? Oh, here's this or here's that, or, and in a way, they would offer her something to make her feel better.
Hmm.
But it was with me, it was like, why are you crying? You know, there's not, it's whatever reason, your reason for crying isn't valid. So, let me give you a valid reason to be upset.
Hmm.
Um, I would say is
So then it's
my front.
more of, okay, more
Hmm.
of to be seen that you're
Yeah.
upset, and you
Hmm.
want somebody to come to you, not to
So
rescue
not
you, but to
uh-huh.
know that you're upset and to ask you why you're upset.
To
Okay.
nurture me in a way.
Ándale. Ajá, ajá,
Yes,
ajá.
nurture is the word.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's not bad. Okay, don't feel that it's bad, because
Hmm.
sometimes we need that as well,
Hmm.
especially when it wasn't given to us.
Hmm.
We
Oh
do
yeah.
we need that. But at least you're, realizing why you do certain things, why you take action in a certain different way.
Hmm.
Um
Yeah. I shoot, I'm gonna talk about it with my therapist. She's gonna be so proud of me.
Oh man. It's really, I still keep saying how you have evolved, okay? And not even a year, okay? Because our deep conversations and your therapist gets paid and I don't get paid.
Like I said a while back, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I repay you with my love.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That doesn't pay my bills.
But it pays the rent in your heart.
I could evict you easily.
No. You know what? I was gonna say the last part, but let me not say anything.
No, but that's good. That's good that well, all this started because of your the whole sister with your sister.
Yeah.
Of how, and I think it goes in like before I said mentioned before, it goes within all of how we're more than capable of realizing and being aware, being open, being in a one word, being conscious of what we're
Hmm.
doing wrong. And that takes a lot of acceptance, a lot of maturity, um, a lot of work, inner work,
Oh yeah. It,
where we see it.
it does.
And yeah, I really wish that my sisters could do that. Um,
If my tias are watching, take a hint. I'm just
yeah, like hint.
I'm gonna put down the prompts below. Uh,
No, yeah, but I mean, other than that, I feel that I hope that we'll get there someday, you know?
all we
Um,
can do is hope.
I I know that that type of relationship that you have, and with your sister, that weekend, it's the relationship that I had started to form with Beatriz. It's
Hmm.
different now. But
Yeah.
it also plays a part of her as well growing, as her
Hmm.
maturing, as her taking a step back and thinking actually, of what she has said was wrong and where she went wrong and if she went wrong, but also having that capability and saying, but you were also wrong,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, what? Where? And
Yeah.
her being able now to, excuse me, be open enough and say, well, this is what it was. And then I kind of
Hmm.
sit back, and not just because she told me that I was wrong, but also me understanding the reasoning of why. And then if I'm able to see it, but then again, if she might see it in a whole different way and I see it in a whole different way. So then I go back and I tell her, okay, you must see it this way, but I also see it this way.
Hmm.
And then she goes like, hmm, well, yeah, she's like, makes sense, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and things like that. And let me tell you, the relationship that we have had, that's why I say that anything surpasses the past. When you come and you see the change, the action, that somebody takes, for me, it
Hmm.
surpasses anything and everything else. And that's how I move forward
Forward.
with anyone. And that's with
Hmm.
anyone, not only with just pinpointing people out, but I mean that's basically with anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this conversation today. Made
I'm
me cry. Made me
glad.
cry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll have, instead of imaginary tissues, I'll have real tissues.
You're taking too
Um,
long.
I know. Um, um, but yeah, no, I was kind of iffy about my questions, but I was like, I really hope they make sense.
No, yeah,
Um,
came out pretty good.
um, and like I know little bits and pieces of your upbringings with my other tias, and it wasn't always easy. And even there's a lot of similarities. I'm always gonna say this. We have so many similarities
Hmm.
um in our lives. Like the type of relationship you had with your siblings, oh, in a way also reflected the type of relationship I had with my sibling. And there's just one.
Hmm.
So I couldn't imagine, six siblings and being separated. Um,
Girl, I also feel that
in
sometimes in
in a
that,
way.
sorry,
No, you're good.
that growing up because I mean, growing up in a whole different country also plays a part, growing up with not being, um, being, ¿cómo te puedo decir? Educated, by my parents. At some point, they were educated by tias, by
Mm-hmm.
my sisters. I mean, sorry, my mom's sisters and
Yeah.
and her
Grandma.
parents,
Yeah.
her parents. So it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say sometimes, I kind of seeing it right now that we're having this conversation that a lot plays along with the type of
Oh yeah.
relationship that I have with my sisters. And I'm saying this because just the whole conversation that we're having just right now.
It's eye-opening. It's
Yeah.
eye-opening.
Yeah, that there is factors that played into that, where
Yeah.
we didn't grew up together while we're distant. And now that I sit here and I think about it as I'm talking about it, you know, yeah, they grew up, they were born over there, they grew up over there. Um, so a lot, and then my parents, my mom came here, and you know, they they stayed, with her sisters and
Mm-hmm.
my grandparents, and so it's different, it's completely different, and
Yeah.
it's not the same. And
Mm-hmm.
once again, I also think that also play a factor in that.
Oh
But
yeah.
I also feel that if they would like to have a relationship, they will also come for it, if they were to
Mm-hmm.
crave it. But I feel que entre ellas son más, than
Mm-hmm.
actually like us two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Super safe. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, and then with
But
us, there's also that factor with us because we're two that were born in the U.S. in a different country, and we grew up together and apart
mm-hmm.
from them, and in a way,
See.
I also feel that
Mm.
that also plays a factor as well. I mean,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of things. There's just the the wanting to
Mm-hmm.
bond,
The
to have
bond to look
to have
into it,
have
to
a
heal.
relationship. Sorry.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
heal that relationship as well.
Mhm.
I want to get my cards and I'm going to try my very, very, very best to shuffle them. I've been practicing kind of, but okay. So I got myself some oracle cards. No, not oracle cards. I don't know what
Oracle
kind of cards.
cards.
Oracle cards
Mhm.
here, finally. And these cards are because I love myself. They're healing messages of love from your soul to yourself. So, like I said, I will try my very best, very, very best to shuffle. This is what they look like. They're really cute. Oh, there we go. I was like, how
Have you
can I show
used them?
these? Yeah, I have. I did it. I was practicing with Jorge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the shuffling down.
It
And
comes with
Jorge,
it comes with time within time and practice. You gotta
yeah,
be
and then,
patient.
yeah, and Jorge was doing it and he was like so smooth. And I was like, it's because you
What
have
does
big
he
hands.
play? No, does he play like like playing cards?
Cards.
Yeah.
Um, we play Uno, and he's always the one shuffling because I
Well,
can't
that
shuffle.
that helps.
So, okay. So we ask our higher self, our angels, for messages of love and something that we can work on and show love and appreciation to ourselves. Especially with the holidays. I don't know, whoever. Well, is it really the holiday? Well, yeah, but anyway. So, how many times do you wait until a card comes out? Because that's what I was doing. I waited until the card jumped out.
Yeah, and I sometimes read if a card jumps out.
Hmm.
If not, if it's taking too long, it's not one jumping out, then I use
Oh, one jumped
my
out
oh,
actually.
well, look at that.
It said, it said, I don't know. Okay, okay. So, oh, all right, I'll read it to you. It says setback solutions. Every apparent setback is an opportunity to reset. I approach every dilemma mindful of my own worth and ability. I clarify what steps to take and move with ease and grace towards my destiny.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
I I definitely feel like this could go with what we talked about today.
Hmm.
Um, because we take the situation, being mindful.
Mm-hmm.
of what is going on. And, we move it with our own boundaries
Mm-hmm.
and our voices and with grace.
Yep.
Oh, that's very nice. Very, very nice. Yay! I was getting really nervous. I was like, please one come out. Um, thank you guys again for joining us on No Clue Podcast, for listening to us. We appreciate it. And you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, and then we're on social media on TikTok and Instagram. And what else? What else am I missing?
Nothing much. I mean, I just wanted to say, that before we go, that sometimes just having siblings, especially when there's so many, it's hard because we're
Mm-hmm.
all different. So just, respect one another as we
Yeah.
were to respect anybody else. Let's
Mm-hmm.
respect our siblings as well. Not because we're siblings, um, we are to disrespect or to judge them for whatever,
Mm-hmm.
situation they go through, whoever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are here to love them as who they are, and be there when they need us most. And I really hope that this conversation today, um, helped in any way, that we are not perfect, you know. We are not perfect. We all have flaws. Um, and just let's love each other. It will be a better
Yeah.
world.
Oh, definitely. Love, 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 love. But thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next
In
week.
the next time. Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.